Originally, I had like a huge long script for this video, but I think now I'm just gonna like yap and play this video game. So recently, I was a part of a big trend on Smash Twitter, where me and a bunch of other people were made accounts based on Brawl characters, right? And it started as just a roster, but then it kind of got a little too big, and then we had like Brawl Green Might, which, to be fair, Brawl Green Might was my go. I'm not gonna. That was just the first one that came to my mind because that's the only one that was like chill. This was like Brawl Shield. Like, sorry that he was a character. He was also chill. I liked him a lot. But you'll see as the story progresses, we got to a point where there's too many people. But yeah, basically, how I got into the trend is I saw Brawl Meta Knight, which is one most people are gonna know. Brawl Meta Knight responded to I think a video of Steve from Brawl, or what? Steve from Ultimate, and he was like, I think it was a tournament clip, and it was causing some controversy. I don't remember for what, but Meta Knight was questioning how Steve was building blocks. And so that's just kind of how I saw it. I saw Meta Knight respond. I thought that was really funny, and then I kind of moved on until I saw more accounts responding. Like beef between Meta Knight and Steve started, which was really funny. But then I didn't make my own account until I saw a lot of other people making them. Like, I think I joined around the 10th Brawl character. I think that's where I was in the group chat. I've not played Brawl in a hot minute. If I'm playing like Booty Cheeks, that's why. I don't remember the last time I've seriously played this game. It's like, okay, I almost cooked. It's my second favorite Smash game. I feel like nostalgia-wise, it's definitely my favorite. Ultimate's got to be my most favorite just to play. So yeah, if I'm playing like crap the whole game, that's why. Just listen to what I have to say. Don't worry about the game. I'm probably gonna put in visuals and screenshots on screen anyways. Okay. So yeah, it started with just the Brawl Meta Knight. Technically, this is gonna be a deep cut for those of you who don't know. The first ever account was actually Sonic from Brawl. Meta Knight was not the first. Brawl Meta Knight was just the first to get the most popular. So I joined. It was a very welcoming community. Half of them were very welcoming, and the others were like, "Why does he have 6 Pikmin?" I used an old account I have. I had an account where I played as a Facebook dad. It was like, I think Joe Benson or something, Nick Benson. It was something Benson, but that was the account. That's why my banner is a Ford F-150. That's why. That's the lore behind that. I don't think I've ever explained that except now. So anyone that watched the video is going to understand, but that is why the Brawl Olimar header is a Ford F-150. He used to be a dad before he was Olimar. I also made it my bit that I hate yellow Pikmin. There wasn't really any reason behind this. I thought it makes sense to have like a bit because it'd be, I don't know, it seemed boring if it was just Olimar. So my bit was that I hate yellow Pikmin. I got 2 different Leons. That's crazy. I'm trying to look for the first bit that I was a part of. I think it was the Meta Knight allegations because he was being a little freaky, as the kids would say, talking about the ice climbers. And apparently the ice climbers are like 3 I don't remember how old we said they were. They were like 3 or 2 or something. They're very young. Yeah, looking at the group chat, we had everyone, and then we had like Duon, we had Sakurai for a bit, Taboo. Oh, okay, Taboo just reminded me. The first thing that I was really a part of, like me specifically, was this artist account. They drew me and Meta Knight because of tweets we made talking about Taboo and how much we hate him. That was the first time I think I would say relevant. That artist drawing me and Meta Knight, which is still my favorite part of the whole trend. I love that art even to this day. It's so cute. Like, just the fact that someone made fan art of like the characters we were playing as. Like, obviously they made them based on, Meta Knight and Olimar, but it's just so cool knowing that they drew them based on like our depictions of the characters. It's just something very sweet to me. Oh yeah, my first ever tweet from like the Olimar perspective, not the previous account. It was March 31st. I hate that yellow Pikmin. I cut his pointy ears out of my profile picture. That was also another reason I started the bit, is that the yellow one was the only one I couldn't fit in the picture, so I thought it'd be funny to make it like a thing that, yeah, I just hate him. That's why he's not there. It's like the image of the baby's like my son that I hate. Editor, put that on screen. Thank you. Is this really the peak gameplay of my childhood? Wow. Ugh. Okay. Is that a transformer? This is also a banger tweet. Any big booty desperate girls trying to hit my man Louis up. So to anyone that's watching this who hasn't played Subspace, this is gonna seem terrible. But I made a joke saying that we need to send all the rob terrorists back where they came from. And I say this because in game they blow up stuff. Like they take bombs and they blow like places up because I don't know, Subspace like story. There's not. This stage sucks. Why does this exist? We're just running on. Okay. Anyways. Sorry. Okay. So, terrorist, rob. They terrorize the people, right? So that's why I called them terror. They're not. You know. I can always. I'll make my apology. I'm sorry, guys. I really didn't mean it. And I hate Rob. I don't know why I'm apologizing. If you see this, put my host up. Here's Brawl Meta Knight's tier list of characters when we still needed them. You can tell like at this point we were still missing a ton. I think like half the roster. And if you look closely, you can see all of our homies here. Oh, here's a clip of Hungry Box acknowledging our existence on April 2nd. So that's when we this is when we started to get quote unquote mainstream presence. I say mainstream very much in quotes because it's not like, if you ask anyone in the Smash community, there's like, if they use Twitter, they might know us, but there's no guarantee. To this day, we still don't have a Brawl coin box. That's so not cool. Yeah, to this day, we still did not get a Brawl coin box. We got close, but it ended up being P+. Which, you know, close, but still not what I was hoping for. We also beat with Brawl Larry a lot. Not much to it other than, I'll show some of the screenshots later. But we did not get along with Brawl Larry. Nor Ultimate Sora. This post was wild. So Brawl Donkey Kong, huge guy. I love him. He was awesome. He was a big part of the community. He posted this, which I think got him banned for a while. Because I remember, oh, here's Donkey Kong in game. Cool. Perfect timing. But I remember we had like a funeral and everything, and everyone was like giving their not salutations. What's it called? Everyone was sending their prayers and just how unfortunate it was that he was gone so soon. And then a little bit after this, I think around April 5th is when the trends start to kind of die out, which we'll get into more when I get to the interview part. If I haven't mentioned that yet, I have an interview ready from Brawl Meta Knight themselves. Yeah, I have connections like that. We're, as you could say, oomps. We'll get into more on why the trend kind of died out, but basically how I saw it is that it just got too big. People were making accounts that didn't make sense. It just got bigger than it needed to be, and so people started to care less about it, because it's harder to feel special when you got like Brawl Donkey Kong, and then you got like Brawl Deku Midoriya, which I don't think was a real one. There was like, I remember one that followed me that was like, ugh. I don't know about this one. It was Brawl Grimbly, which I think is like Smiling Friends or something. Like I don't know what this means. I'm too out of touch for this. Around I think April 20th is when it came back, because that's when I remember seeing this Brawl group photo, which is so sweet. It's got a lot of the people, like it's got Taboo in there, it's got Duan, it's got all the Ikes. It's got Giga Bowser, it's got Sakurai, it's got all the like exclusive ones, because there was some that were like, okay, like the bosses, that makes sense, you know, like Green Might, we'll let that slide. But yeah, I will admit, I think Brawl Larry was kind of funny, just because he was that one. He was the only one that's like, you're not supposed to be in the game, so why are you here? You know, it's that kind of funny. But yeah, because of how many just weird accounts there was, we did take a hiatus for a bit. But after, I think 2 or so weeks, maybe 3, the trend was back. And arguably better than ever. There wasn't too many like huge things here. There was like a whole arc of Meta Knight trying to get with Makima from Chainsaw Man, which, as like #1 Chainsaw Man fan, this does it was kind of hard for me because, you know, Mennonite was my pal. Mennonite they were a good friend, but like, oh, why couldn't it be anyone else? Why did it have to be her? Not that I remember. I could just not be. I'm fine. No, I'm not. So I think that's all I personally want to say. I think I got through the basics and everything you need to know. So now we'll get to the part with the interview, and then I'll just play the game for a little bit and put on images for you to be like, haha, I get it. Let me get through this cutscene. So now that we've got the origins of the trend out of the way and my perspective, I wanted to give a little showtime to the main account that started it all, Brawl Meta Knight. So I actually hosted an interview with them. I had some questions, I just sent them to them, and they gave me their responses. So here's their responses now. The first question I asked him was, what gave you the idea to start Brawl Meta Knight?
So I was just scrolling Twitter one time and I saw a Brawl Icon one. I was like, oh, that's pretty funny. I like Brawl. And I searched to see if there was any Brawl Meta Knight accounts, and there were none. So I just made one because I was bored and it was a Tuesday night, and just started thinking of tweets to make. And yeah, that's kind of it.
Next, I asked him what their favorite Brawl account is from the trend.
I don't have a favourite guy. I love the majority of the Brawl, but I'd say my favourite ones are like DK, Pit, Olimar, Ganon, Ivysaur, Rob, Bowser, Duan. They're a fun lot. Even though we always shit on the Squirtles, obviously, because like, haha, they're Gooners. I still think it's pretty funny how we have 3 Squirtles and they all turned out to be Gooners. Like, what the fuck is the coincidence? But I love the majority of the Brawl lot.
The Squirtle bit is very funny as well. One of my favorite tweets from from my account was a picture of a bunch of winged Pikmin bringing back a ton of Squirtles to the Onion because we just killed the entire race. Very fun bit. Squirtles, if any of you are watching, I just want y'all to know I love you as people. Despise your character, but you as people, you're great. Next, I asked them what their favorite Smash game is.
I mean, I guess casual-wise, Brawl is definitely my favorite Smash game. But like, obviously, gameplay-wise, it's gotta be Ultimate. And yeah, I played Brawl a lot. I fucking love that game.
I would have to agree the same. Brawl is definitely my favorite childhood Smash game, but playing now, Ultimate's definitely my favorite of them all. Next, I asked them if they thought the trend or their account would ever like blow up like it did.
I still don't hate the Ultimate a lot, of course, but it did just get kind of dry really quickly when they will start showing up. Like, it's not really too funny anymore. But I think like the Brawl lot is still funny. It's just like the Ultimate characters aren't really too funny. I mean, there's like a few good Ultimate accounts. Like, I like Steve, I like Kazuya, I like Ridley, Doc, Sans, and obviously my 2 sons. Like, they're funny and they're alright. But like the rest, I don't know.
And finally, I asked them who the GOAT of Subspace is.
As for the GOAT of Subspace, I think the main 5, Mario, Link, Pit, Kirby, and Yoshi, I think those are like the GOATs of Subspace. They're so raw. But I think like Meta Knight, Moth, and Ike are like really cool as well. But as for like the GOAT, it's hard. Snake's probably a contender. Like, I know he didn't do too much, but for what he did, he was cool as fuck. Kirby as well, he's probably one of the GOATs. DD, that's it, DD squad, DD, Link, and Ness. They basically if it wasn't for them, everyone would be dead. And Sonic as well for stopping Taboo.
If you'd like to follow them anywhere else, I will plug their Twitter right on screen now. You can go follow them there. And yeah, they're a great person. I talk to them every now and then. Go follow them, give them some support. Follow Brawl Meta Knight if they still use it by the time I get this video out in like 3 years. It's really slow editing. So now for the final part of the video, I'm just gonna put on some pictures and screenshots from the bit or from the trend, all my favorite ones, and enjoy.